I'm Shaun Reynolds.
And I'm Rachel Reynolds.
And welcome to What Was I Made For?
The podcast about doing what you love and prioritising your happiness.
While we aim to inspire, motivate and entertain you, please note that we're not licensed therapists or certified experts.
So if you're considering major life decisions like starting a travelling circus or quitting your job to become a professional beekeeper, maybe get a second opinion.
Enjoy the show.
See, I just do what I want, do what I love. I don't wanna stop, don't wanna grow up. Just me being me, don't follow the crowd. Don't be a sheep, look at me now. But now it's time to make more, create more. Looking at the points, cause it's time to take score. Feeling like I'm grown now that I can face more. Got one question, what was I made for?
Feels weird to say it, but happy Wednesday, everybody. We are back.
No, we're not back. This is the most delayed end of a season episode ever. I thought you were going to say Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2025, everyone. We haven't seen you for so long, and you haven't heard from us in so long. Why is that, Rach?
Well, I feel like I sneezed and now we're in Feb.
I know.
And there's been so much illness around. And unfortunately, I thought I was doing really well. And I think the universe went, you've not had your quota this year, so I'm going to give it all to you.
Well, the annoying thing is, I think even the listeners will know that on the pod episodes, you were ill probably from
October
till January.
Yeah.
Are you well now?
Yeah, I feel great.
Okay, good.
Touch wood,
yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it ended up being a bit of a shambles of an end of a year. It's a bit of a shambles of an end of a year. And we had every best intention of finishing the season.
Yeah.
And then you got ill. So this is the end of season
2.
Oh, have we done 2 seasons?
Yeah, this is season 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh, well done us.
Well, not really.
Why?
Because we haven't been here for the end of season 2.
Well, all good things come to those who wait.
Apologies for that. We realise we are really, really, really delayed, and so many of you have plucked us off the streets and been like, where's the podcast?
Oh, you many fans stopped us in Sainsbury's.
Hounded in the streets.
At the traffic lights. On our fan page.
On the fan page.
Or Faye at the party on Friday.
No, Faye said it. Sandra said it. Jodie said it.
Will, I think. No, maybe Will
said it
hasn't.
through Sandra.
Okay, yeah.
And it's been a testing. We didn't get a Christmas. We were both just completely flued out for Christmas.
And save your tiny violins and your single tear.
No, but it's just like we have a break. We have a set break over Christmas. I guess most people do have a set amount of time off.
Yeah. And
that was spent, annoyingly, you and your dad were like well cocky about it when I got ill. I got ill on Christmas Eve and decided that I was just going to power through Christmas Eve and we would play games and all of that. And you and your dad were like hugging me. And I was just like, guys, you might want to keep your distance. And you were like, it'll be fine. What happened? Rachel was wiped out the next day and Russ was wiped out the following day. So, yeah.
And it was bad.
It was really bad.
Anyone who had that fluey, horrible winter thing that literally floors you. I have not been that ill can't even remember when.
It was really bad.
So bad.
And I remember it being even worse because when you're in when you've got somebody that you live with and you have responsibilities together, when there's one person that's ill, the other person can kind of, we've spoken about this, kind of pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Whereas we were both wiped out. Even the thought of doing a podcast would just not have been possible.
No. Absolutely not.
Just not possible
maybe
at all.
If you hadn't have made the decision that this was also going to be a visual podcast, I may have been able to drag myself
Rach,
in.
You sounded like, who's that guy off EastEnders?
Phil Mitchell?
No.
Oh.
Frank Butcher.
Frank Butcher.
No way, Pat. Oily Pat.
I just
That's what
couldn't
you
see-
sounded
I couldn't
like.
see
If people
straight.
watch back we'll be uploading the O2 vlog. I think this week.
Yeah.
Rach didn't have a voice then. That was November.
See, I've been ill for so long that I can't even remember. Like, I think we've spoken about that though. I think I've been ill on the pod talking about, I've been so ill and now I'm better. And who knew that was like just the tip of the iceberg?
Well, I was thinking we should do a voice comparison.
Yeah. Do you know
Just to
what?
see.
It feels so nice. And I still, every now and again, I just push it. I think I fully damaged my vocal cords.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea to sing when you have laryngitis.
No, I don't
Lesson
think so.
learned.
But I think you made it worse for yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
I think you pushed through it and gave yourself laryngitis, pushed through that, and I think like wrecked something in your throat that took weeks, months to heal.
You tell me, right? Because when I first got that laryngitis thing, whatever it was when I was doing Afrobeats combos down the room with an adult street class with the lights down low, fairy lights above us. Like, we were vibing as if I'm going to be like, well done.
Yeah, but that's why we should get you a megaphone.
Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned like a microphone again or a megaphone. I just get too into it.
A megaphone would be hilarious in class, wouldn't it? And you could get the whoop whoop whoop.
But I've said to people before, like, part of my job is to bring the lack of energy, bring the energy to people lacking energy at the end
To
of
hype them
their
up.
day.
Yeah.
Like my Tuesday night, I only teach one class on a Tuesday now. I'm there the entire afternoon, obviously working here before I go, but I only actually physically teach for an hour on a Tuesday, right? So my day kind of starts at 8 p.m.
Yeah, but
when everyone's coming in
think
knackered.
you'd be on voice rest for the rest of that time,
Yeah.
but you're not.
No,
So I think when people have injuries,
they rest.
they rest them,
Yeah.
and you're not very good at that.
No.
I remember the day I came down to the school and that morning you'd been like, I've really messed my voice up here. I got down to the dance school and you were doing Wednesday Diamonds at the time, screaming at the top of your lungs. And I remember me and your mum being like, just with our arms crossed, being like,
I know,
she
I got
shouldn't be
no
doing this.
sympathy that night when I got home and I was like, my voice hurts. And you were like, well, I've seen what you've been doing.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy.
Yeah, me and your
I
mum had
just
no
get
sympathy
so
for you.
into it. It's
I know,
honestly,
I know you do.
It's like, what can I liken it to? It would be like, it would be like,
me making a song and not being able to nod my head to it.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
extent of it.
Yeah. Or
I'm
like, yeah.
silence.
Yeah, it's part of the job.
Well, it's part of the enjoyment of art, isn't it?
I don't think people would come back if I was literally like straight faced.
Yeah,
whispering.
but if they knew why,
I know.
if they knew that you damaged your voice, of
Yeah.
course they'd be fine with it.
Well, it's all good now because the voice is back. I've had my quota of illness.
The voice is back for now.
It's back. No, genuinely, I have been being sensible.
Good.
I like limit myself to a certain amount of whoop
Decibels.
whoops. Yeah, no, like
You got a little thing on you that goes beep 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 if
yeah,
you're too
no.
loud.
Well, my watch does actually ping when
you're screaming.
things are too loud. Yeah.
Just
but it
from your
but
voice?
it's probably the music. I'm shouting over the music.
Yeah.
No, but like that's what I'm saying, Shaun. I'm limiting myself. So I'll be
right.
maybe a whoop whoop in a warm up, maybe a in the routine.
Mark my words. After this pod record, I am going to find you a megaphone. It's
Okay.
brilliant.
I need one actually for
It's
the show.
such a good
I
idea.
do need a megaphone for the
Oh,
show.
there you go.
So we'll get one.
We'll get one. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
get one. You can use it in class.
Cool.
I just think that'd be so funny.
I mean, I used to wear a head mic. It's very
No,
aerobic
get
instructor.
a megaphone. Get a megaphone.
Okay. So yeah, we're back. This is the end of the season. When season 3 is out is TBC. We will announce it on all our socials, so make sure you are following those. But all we're going to do is kind of wrap up this season, the little gap that we've missed while we've been ill, things that have happened.
I know that it is February now, and this will be going out on the 6th or 7th of Feb, I think.
5th.
Oh, okay. The 5th of Feb. I kind of wanted to just briefly brush over because I know it's not New Year anymore, but do you have any big plans for this year? Like, what do you want? Not maybe not too big. Just like, what would you like the dance school to do? Like, where would you like to go with the dance school? Is there anything you've thought of?
I've never been one really to do the whole like New Year's resolution thing. And I also find it really funny. Well, I suppose it's not, but I find it sometimes weird that I know a year is January to December, but a year is just an amount of time. It's just 12 months. And we put a lot of pressure on January to December being like a countdown timer. Whereas actually, like some people, I think I see it more birthday to birthday. So I'm not the biggest fan of my birthday, as you know, anymore. It used to be the best day of the year.
Why don't you like your birthday anymore?
Well, because it means you have to up the number. Like, it's just ridiculous. So I'm not a fan of aging anyway.
Well, what would you prefer to do on a birthday? So instead of, like, say we didn't up the number, and that just wasn't a part of our society, like we just didn't have like numbers attached to our age. Would you like it to be marked in another way?
Well, no, that's only one reason why I don't like a birthday. But the other reason I don't like a birthday is I see that more of like a year long. And I find myself every birthday going over what have I achieved since the last birthday.
So that is basically like a new year to you?
Yeah. But
Do you
it's
have birthday
never
resolutions?
No, I never have birthday resolutions. And actually, this sounds so negative. And I actually think now it is because my birthday falls in the summer holidays. And as we've spoken about before, I'm not very good with time off.
Yeah, Rach finds relaxing stressful.
So I think because it falls in summer holiday, I feel pressure to organise something. Even though no one's putting that pressure on me, I'm putting it on myself. And I always think, what have I achieved since the last birthday?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, like I said, it sounds really negative because I'm very, very happy with the school and like career and stuff like that and where we are in our lives. But yeah, I find that people probably put too much pressure on themselves with like the New Year resolution thing because they see January to December as like a countdown. And actually nobody knows what they're going to have to deal with at any point in their life. That I think that's why time goes so quick as an adult is we're just constantly going, oh, well, now we're in Feb. So now we're a little notch into this weird timeline thing that we all put in our heads.
I think it's just busy though. I think we're just busier. I think that's
as
why
adults.
I think that's why the time goes faster. Although I know what you mean. I know what you're saying when it's like you're constantly looking forward to the next, or not looking forward to it as in like excited about it, but like you're constantly thinking about what's coming next.
Yeah.
And you've always got something in the calendar. Whereas when we were younger, like you don't always have things in the calendar except for stuff like it's going to be the school holidays. And I remember being in the school holidays and not most days, but a lot of the days being just so bored. If my friends were busy doing something. Do you not think like when are we bored now?
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I was bored.
Yeah, and I think that's it. Boredom feels like time goes so slowly when you're bored.
Yeah, you're
Whereas
right.
when you've got stuff to do and your to-do list, I don't think you've gone to the end of your to-do list in about 5 years.
No, I did, and I said, didn't I, mark this day in my diary? It was maybe about 6 months ago, and I remember celebrating. I was like, I've just got to the end of my to-do list. But it was the day to-do list, not the to-do list.
Exactly.
So I cheated a bit. But yeah, you're right. So yeah, I when you, going back to your question, like, what do I want for the dance school? I tend not to I never really set many goals. Like I have long term goals. Everyone knows that my goal is I want our own premises one day. But I know that's not like I know that won't happen. Well, I guess it could happen anytime, but to me that's like sort of 5 to 10 year plan. Whereas I don't really go, I'd like this for the dance school. I just get very excited that if we carry on the trajectory that we're on, I get excited to see what
like
it can
the unknown.
achieve. Yeah, because it's not just me. Like if I was a one-woman dance school, I might be able to predict a bit more. But I've got like incredible teachers who have their own creative minds. We've got new kids coming through the school. We've got regular kids and adults who I'm just seeing improve and thrive more and build their confidence. The show, everyone says, how are you going to top the show every year? Actually, I feel the pressure is getting less and less on us because the performers are now speaking for themselves because they're improving
every year. Your job
year.
Technically gets easier.
I'm teaching them like that.
I mean, you do have to come up with really like exciting choreo. So that's something that on your plate. Whereas for me, I feel like the music and what they're dancing to can never get worse. So it always has to be better. And that means it takes me longer every year. So I think it's for me, I get a bit more stressed about it because I just want it. I want people to enjoy what they're dancing to.
Yeah.
That's why I get it. Every year it feels a little bit more intense.
Yeah. What about
It's
you
fine.
though with your stuff? Do you have any
Oh, I got loads of plans.
plans
Are already in
goals?
motion actually. For my sync company, I think I've spoken about it briefly. We're just putting out so much stuff, and I'm working with so many different people. I mean, shout out to Alto Kean. He's been like basically my PA for the last.
I feel
few
like he
weeks.
might as well move in.
He may as well. He's been setting me up with so many sessions, and a lot of the time it's to create songs that I then get to pitch. So like he's doing me an absolute solid, and I mean he's on the split, so it's not like he's doing it for nothing.
Yeah.
But still, he's been so helpful. So shout out to Alto Key, what a legend. But yeah, that is kind of my plans, just to keep building the business that is already doing better than it was last year, and then better than it was the year before. With any business, it takes a bit of time, but I'm just really, really excited about that.
Yeah.
At the moment, yeah.
Good. Well, here's to 2025.
Yes, may it be big and bright for everybody listening.
Yeah, send us your whether you've got any goals for 2025. But like I said, don't put the pressure on this timeline of December being the end.
Who cares, mate?
Who cares? Just chill.
Time for the Inspired Diary. Let's go. What's
for the
what's
last 2 months.
Yeah. What's inspired you over the last 2 months?
Well, let's just think what comes to my head. Probably the most recent. So Friday night, just gone, last Friday, 3 of my adult dancers did set up and organise and put on a social event, the first big Rachel Reynolds social event. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. I went along and it was just the whole point of it. Lovely Jodie, Sarah and Lauren organised it, and the whole point was we've had so many new adults join us in the last sort of few months that they wanted to host an event that kind of let those new people mix with like existing students, and also for all of the adults in different classes to mix with the other classes, because at the show they all share like a corridor of dressing rooms together. And we always preach that we're so much more than classes, especially for the kids and the teens. But actually it's the same with adults. Like some adults don't have like a thriving social life. Some struggle to make friends, meet people. And what better way to know for sure that everybody in a room has similar interests to you, because they all attend the same dance school. So it was like a glitter and glow themed thing. So everyone,
oh my God, was it glittery? We both were attacked as soon as we walked in the door.
There was one on my toast yesterday, one of those sequins.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. And there's loads in the bed from
I just
where you
hoovered
didn't
the house today, and
wash your face.
It was everywhere.
Yeah. And it was just very, very heartwarming and a bit like an out-of-body experience, because it wasn't my event, but obviously everyone there I know or teach in some capacity, and just to see them all having the best time. And my goodness, did they let loose.
Talk about out-of-body experience though, Rach. I was a bloody dinosaur.
Yep, the dinosaur came back with you in it.
It was definitely a moment to remember.
It was great. It was so good. So that's been lovely. Bounce back to you for an Inspired Diary.
Inspired Diary for me. You know what? I'm probably going to throw it back to the dance school now, but I genuinely really enjoyed seeing the Monday girls at the SEAs. SEEAs, if that didn't make sense. But the dance school won another award, which you must be very proud of.
Yeah, and I didn't even know we were up for that award.
No, it's a Southeast Entertainment Award. So the man is a little bit smaller. He's like a couple of inches smaller.
Yeah, he's like the baby of the main
He's going to be stood next to the big boy, the O2 one. So 2 awards now. Multi-award winning dance school, Rachel.
Both for professional impact.
Yep. But it was really nice to see Well, it's going to sound like I don't want to see the Wednesdays do the opportunity, but it's just nice to see more kids have that opportunity.
Yeah, and experience it.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that was
and I think they
also a highlight.
It.
Yeah, they did, and that they'll be going to the O2 and representing us at the National Entertainment Awards at the end of this year, which is crazy to think like that will be
with their new routine.
Yes, yeah. What else? We went to New York.
I saw. I don't even know if I've spoken about my basketball team, the Milwaukee Bucks. You got Dame Lillard up on the. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little pop head on the shelf. Damian Lillard, but my favourite player is Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he plays for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he is one of my favourite people on the planet. I don't know him, but he's one of my favourite. I find him very inspirational, and to see all of the team in the flesh. Rach bought me tickets to go see them in New York, so I'm very, very grateful. And it was just unbelievable. Madison Square Garden, packed out crowd.
Who's there? Who was the celeb there?
Ben Stiller was there.
Yeah.
Central C was there.
Thingy's daughter, Leslie Mann's daughter.
Oh, Leslie Mann's daughter, Maud, I think her name is.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure.
Maud Apatow, I think her name is. And who else? There were a couple of other people there as well.
They just go all out at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, man. And we had the most greasy, dirty pizza, and it was incredible.
It's like so overpriced.
And it was dripping all down my arm.
Yeah, you were licking up the pepperoni.
Oh, it was amazing.
Juice.
Honestly, the food in New York that we had was just unreal.
Yes.
Ramen restaurant, Mexican restaurant.
The best guacamole I've ever tasted in my life.
Pasta place.
Oh my God. You know when you're like, everyone has those moments where you're like, I know exactly what I want to eat right now. Like nothing's going to sway me.
And then you get it.
And I said to you, I was like, all I want, I don't even care if it's in a restaurant. I just want to sit somewhere with a disgustingly big bowl of like creamy, cheesy, fresh pasta and a big old glass of white wine.
And it happened.
And I'm salivating.
Oh my God, it was brilliant.
It was so good.
It was so good. That's one thing New York is just great at, is just multicultural cuisine. You can just get whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm only guessing. I don't know if it's that authentic, but it tasted pretty authentic to me.
I think it was. It was it was in a place called Italy, which we do have in the UK. Yeah. But to be honest, I just needed to find somewhere. Like I was hungry and I was like, that's what I want. Let's go find it. My highlight in New York was seeing Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
And actually not just that show, seeing a Broadway show and experiencing a Broadway audience. Like even today, me and Lauren went and saw our lovely client Arthur in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He's currently on tour. He's absolutely smashing it. I felt so, so proud. But even there, the amount of times that you did that classic British thing of like, oh, I wanted to clap, but I don't think anyone else is going to clap thing.
You don't have to worry about that on Broadway.
Like the crowd went wild when the solo dancer walked out on stage before the show started.
Any song finished, it was like
standing ovation in the middle of the show. I really hope it comes back to the UK. I don't know if there are any plans for it to.
Technologically, it's pretty advanced, so they have to do quite a lot.
Crazy. We won't like sit and just talk about it because not everyone will want to hear about it.
If you're going to New York anytime soon, I don't know if it closes. When does it close? Spring?
Yeah, I don't know if it's got. I don't know.
Well, if you are going to New York, please buy tickets. Tickets weren't even that expensive. No, I think.
Well,
you can spend money on it.
Yeah, you could get. You can also get cheaper ones. Very good tickets because it was once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
But
they live stream from the streets of Broadway to open the second act, and it is unbelievable.
It's just
so clever. So on the second day, the day after that, we actually went and saw them do it live on the streets of Broadway, and that was unbelievable.
That was so good. So yeah, New York was amazing.
Freezing cold.
Very, very cold.
Bagels every day.
Oh my God.
We can't keep talking about food, Rach. We
was
can't keep talking about it.
just so good. And the thing is, it doesn't even touch the sides because you're walking so much. You're literally just constantly burning it off, ready for the next
Exactly. Next
snack
bagel.
and the next meal. Yeah. That was amazing. I can't think of anything. I feel bad now in case there's been some really like significant stuff over the last couple of...
Raised over £400 for the Reggie Foundation.
Yes, we did our first Reggie Foundation donations.
Yep.
That was lovely.
Amazing.
We raised money for WWF, Young Minds and the Red Card.
Yeah.
And sold out of Lois's t-shirts, which we probably spoke about on the last couple of episodes.
We have officially sold out now.
They are completely gone, which just... it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so exclusive. Like people that got one are like,
I know it has become a little bit of a like, I got a Lois t-shirt.
I got one, did you? Yeah, exactly.
Rach, I got one.
So did I. I'm going to sell it on eBay and raise more money. Get Lois to sign it. Oh, it's already signed.
It is already signed, yeah.
No, it's been albeit a poorly couple of months. There's been some great things in there. And
one positive thing about being ill at Christmas.
Yes.
That I didn't have the pressure of a new year. All I cared about was being well.
I thought you were going to say that we didn't eat our body weight in Quality Street.
Oh, no, that's true. I didn't eat loads of food, but I was actually gutted about that because one of the best things about Christmas is just binging on rubbish.
There's still a melty cheese thing in the fridge that
we should really get to
never
that at
ate
some
because
point.
every time I looked at it, I was like,
Yeah. No, but one good thing about it is that I usually put the pressure on. I really want the new year to start like really big and really going be really positive. This year, all I cared about was just feeling okay.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were on like day 7 or 8 of feeling rough, like when we were both rough, and I suddenly looked at you and went, I've just had the best thought ever. And you were like, what? I went, we're going to feel better. I was like, this is going to end at some point.
At some point, it felt like it's gone forever.
So long. So, but I do know, after speaking to a lot of people, we were two of many, many people who got that over Christmas. I know a lot of people who didn't get proper Christmas because of it.
Yep.
So yeah, I sympathise and empathise completely with you all. And here's to a much, much healthier 2025. No more germs. Bye-bye.
Woo woo.
Whether or not many teenagers are still listening to this, but even parents, I think, would find this interesting. I've just had a little bit of a gripe recently, okay, about mocks and exams, okay?
Cancel them all.
Well, granted, I am coming from the angle of I am not a parent, but
also someone who aced their exams.
Yes, but that's part of my part of my rant actually.
Right, okay.
And I'm also I'm coming from someone who does not have a teenager, but I know a lot of teenagers.
From a very high horse.
Yeah. So I am happy to be proved wrong, and maybe this will start like some sort of healthy debate. But my gripe with mocks and exams, right, is I see so many teenagers completely change when they're in exam season or mock season, to the point where they look physically stressed and ill and just anxious and all of that. And I was just thinking about exams and mocks the other day, and I had this like epiphany, right? That I was like, revision should not be allowed. Hear me out. Exams are testing your knowledge on a subject.
Yes.
So the pressure is on the teacher to teach that subject in a way that's going to grasp the mind of a young person.
Yeah.
Now, that's not me saying a teacher is capable of grasping every mind, because every mind is very unique. And
there are also kids that are very resistant to learning.
Yeah, totally. And also, if we all carried on having interest in that amount of subjects, none of us would be able to have a stable career path.
Yeah. This is a point. Yeah,
because we'd be like, oh my God, but I love RE and I love PE and I love science and I love maths and do you know what I mean?
And geography and history.
Yeah. So that's why I guess you have options at GCSE level, but even the amount of options you choose, that's a lot of subjects to studying. There's a reason why at university you major in one subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
So revision makes no sense to me because revision is a test of your memory.
Yeah.
And some kids will have incredible memories. I was so good at learning lines and stuff, and I revised so hard that I remembered all of the information.
Mm.
And obviously I was, like we've spoken about it before, I was an absolute dork at school, so that helped. But what I'm saying is, say you've got a student who like has an incredible memory, but actually none of their subjects or a particular subject really hasn't interested them, but they're really good at cramming and retaining information, they're going to do well in that exam.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, how is it not that actually you don't know when your exams are going to be, and you go in one day and they're like, you're being tested today? Surely that is a more accurate way of measuring their knowledge in a subject.
Well, yeah, but that is also still testing that's just testing how good, because think about it also, exams also test on how good you are in an exam environment.
There's
some
that
people
too.
some people just aren't good at reeling off information, like in a pressurized environment. Some people just aren't good at that.
Mm-hmm.
So exams are a bit of a dated way of testing someone's mental ability, because everybody, to a certain degree, is on a spectrum of I guess intelligence and creativity. Like everyone is so different to vary, like with so many variables to that as well. So how you can test every single person the same way is crazy.
Wild. Yeah.
And also for that to be the only way they're tested.
Yes.
Like, fair enough, do the exams and test them in that way. But have like another means of testing as well to see whether it's just that they're good at doing exams, or whether you test them on their...
But I guess this is what I'm saying, and this is what I say to so many of the kids who are stressing about their exams. Like, and when I say stressing, like distraught.
I know, yeah, I've seen them, yeah.
And I say to them, first of all, I do tell them to revise. Any parents who are like, what have you been saying? That's just my opinion on
well, because that's what they have to do.
Wait a minute, how have I never thought of it this way? They have to do it, and it is the only way that you're going to like...
Or just the best way to increase your chances.
Increase your chances of getting the best possible grade. So obviously they do have to do that, and I tell them, like,
with
just
the current
do the
system,
best you can.
Revision is best.
But what I do remind them, and I hope that schools are reminding them of this, is your grades do not define you as a person. And I think that's where lines are getting blurred, because it's the biggest focus at that stage of your life. Like, you don't have a mortgage or children or a career or like things like that. That is the biggest thing going on in your life are these exams, which makes me think that they so quickly forget that whatever those numbers or grades say when they get their results is not defining their integrity, their professionalism, whether they're a kind person, what they're going to like contribute to society one day. Then none of that is being tested. So those results do not define you, whether you do brilliantly or terribly. That is not the be all and end all. And I just say to them all the time, which is what my mum and dad, their like mantra through me growing up was, if you have done your best, nobody can be cross or upset or disappointed with what the grades are. So obviously that means revising in this day and age. But yeah, I just get a little bit annoyed when I see the stress and the pressure, because I'm like, just do your best and know that it's not. And
also it's a bit tricky because schools want the best grades, and the schools are penalised if they don't. Yeah. So they're under pressure to get the kids to perform. So they're drumming it into these kids that they have to do better, but they're not just doing it because the kids need to get good grades for themselves. The schools need good grades as well. Otherwise they get marked down on, like, isn't it? Don't Ofsted have something to say about?
I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know that you get like, it's like I think you almost get graded as a school for the grades of the kids. I don't know the.
It's a crazy system.
It is. Do you know what? It baffles me
because it doesn't give you an accurate idea.
No, I think in our lifetime we might see like quite a change in the schooling system.
Yeah,
I mean, already people are coming up with new ideas.
I wish you told me this before because I'd love to have sat and really thought about like another idea.
Well, maybe season 3 opener.
Yeah, you know how my idea last time for social media regulation.
Yeah.
I'd love to have another idea for schooling.
Clip that up of me and
but you
see
haven't
if
got a
I
solution.
get loads of haters.
You haven't got a solution.
Well, revision shouldn't be allowed.
No, but that's not
a
solution. That's just saying the same system, just cutting out revision. And I think a lot of kids would be like, great, I don't have to revise.
Yeah.
And then if they get really bad grades, they'll be like, well, we're not allowed to revise now.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, or
I just think the exam system is
broken. Secret shoppers. Hear me
Undercover
out.
boss.
Hear me out. Like 10 years ago, when I was in my mid-20s, people used to say I could get away with still being like 15, 16, right?
Yeah.
But I was like 25, yeah?
Right.
I know that ship has sailed. I was going to say I could still do it now, but I am now using colour corrector under my eyes. So anyway, imagine there are lots and lots of very young-looking 20-year-olds.
Yes.
Secret shopper, but instead secret student. Wait. Secret student. Let me finish.
You know that's instantly not going to work.
Let me tell you. Okay. Oh, guys, hello. This is your new student. Please make her feel welcome. Her name is Rachel.
On the last few weeks of term.
No, this is what I'm saying. Every school gets told, this is your exam time. I know that's not going to work. Okay, I have found a flaw in my idea, but let's just say we didn't see that. And because better idea.
Is this person there for the whole GCSE years? So years 10 and 11, they're there for the whole time.
Surveillance, then. Take out the secret student. Instead, there's already cameras in the school. There might be cameras in schools. I wouldn't be surprised with what teenagers are like these days. If they don't, they should.
So you're saying you want the kids to be watched now?
No, there's like, when they don't know, like throughout the year, they won't know.
They don't know they're being filmed and watched.
Live. So there's like a panel who are watching a live stream to test their like.
Rach, this is morally, I don't think this is right.
Why? The parents would know.
It's not about that. I think you're filming underage people.
I guarantee you a lot of schools have CCTV.
It's CCTV. I think it's the fact that people will be watching it and judging them.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because this is what I'm saying. It's all well and good, like getting say a student that
so they're
is
being
a
made
pain
notes. People
in
are being
the bum.
made notes on them live, watching the.
Yes.
So you've got people watching this constantly.
I think like attendance should potentially be.
So they've
in
got
there.
my school had 2,500 people at it.
Yeah.
How many staff members is that going to be? To watch all those kids.
Well, you're just not open to any of my ideas.
Look,
tonight.
I'm just saying this idea of watching kids on like Big Brother style. I don't know if it's that.
Okay, conclusion. I don't have a solution. I'm just bringing the problem to you.
Cool.
Okay, someone else out there, like I don't know. I'm not like the educational government board. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that I see it from an outside point of view. Like we are as a school the escape from stresses. So we are so blessed to have kids in the best. Like,
well, you just hope they come in, even if they come in really sad, that they leave happier.
Yeah, that's all that we do.
That's the hope.
But yeah, it was just a little gripe. Like every time we get to exam season and I see the energy drop and I see them not focused and just a bit like stressed and like you said, ill and low mood and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why is it like that?
Well, how's this for an idea? No such thing as subjects. Right?
Yeah.
Class is just class.
Yeah.
They teach you different things in the class. The teacher will just be like, right, today we're talking about the Romans.
This would never happen in a secondary school.
No, but it could, is what I'm saying. Hear me
Those
out.
poor
Hear
teachers. What are they specialising in?
Hello,
Alan. Today you're teaching about the Romans.
Hang on.
I know that you like baking cakes in food tech, but because today it's the Romans.
Hang on. Yes, there is a flaw. But think about it this way. Kids are judged on individual classes,
Yes.
some that they don't even enjoy.
Yes.
Whereas, and actually this could be just for like year 7, 8, 9. Year 7, 8, 9, they just do class and they teach everything. Through pop quizzes throughout those years, you will find out where kids are gifted, what catches their attention most.
Yes.
You then, in years 9, 10, 11, put them into those things that they are clearly most interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So they only do those subjects because it sounds like if they go down those routes with their 6 best things, leave the other ones behind and they just learn those things. Then you're going to filter them down into the people that are best at those subjects. So you're going to get people who are actually engaged, which reduces the people that are behaving badly in those classes because there's nobody going to be in there. Chances of people being in there that don't enjoy it, very slim. Then you're going to have more people doing well in their exams because they're only doing subjects they're good at or they enjoy.
I think you have just described the UK schooling system. That is called GCSE
No, I haven't.
options. So year 7 to 9,
No, 'cause they get to
you
decide.
do everything, and then you decide in
No,
year
but
10.
you get to decide. That's the thing. I think it should
Oh,
just
well,
be an
you want to
automated...
take away their choice.
Well, not take away the choice, but I just think... Well, it is taking away the choice. But it's kind of like they're tested from the very beginning.
I think you are.
No, not what?
You do have end of year exams in every year.
In everything.
Yeah, but only in year 7 to 9.
I don't think there should be exams in year 9.
Isn't that your SATs in year 9?
Yeah, but what's that for?
I don't know. The school, I think I did hear somebody say SATs are only beneficial for the school. I might be wrong, but I think I heard that. But anyway, that was long.
Wait, there is a really good idea there.
Okay, well, stay tuned and we'll come back to Shaun's brain in season 3 to see if he has resolved the UK schooling system.
Oh, there is a good idea in there somewhere.
Okay, moving on.
So yeah, something funny happened to me the other day. Well, it didn't happen to me.
Do I know this?
I just witnessed it. No, it was...
I don't know this.
After being ill over Christmas, we've banged on about it enough, but I finally got myself back to the gym. And I was really excited about going back.
I'm really excited.
Really excited about going back to the gym. And something happened in the gym and I didn't know what to do. Bizarre and impressive at the same time.
Oh no.
And I found it so...
Was it something that happened to you or something?
No, it didn't happen to me. I just saw it.
Okay.
It was in the changing rooms.
Oh. Oh no.
And I was like, after I've been for a run or done whatever I'm doing at the gym, go in there, get my stuff. I don't shower there because I live 2 seconds around the corner. So I have a towel, like a sweat towel, just get the sweat off me, put my bag on, and then off I go. And you see stuff in the changing rooms.
Yeah.
There's stuff flying everywhere. Things swinging about. People are just... I feel like there are a lot more naturists than you think there are. Because people just don't care.
Really?
Oh yeah, people just don't care at all. It's just swinging about. Usually the older guys.
Okay. Really swinging.
particularly this older guy. He was he hadn't been to the gym yet. I think he was going swimming. So he just walked in. He started taking his clothes off, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, you don't watch people, but you can see things happening in your peripherals. And all of a sudden, he sort of, you can see it, de-pantsed, and he was like 70 something, right? And what he did was something like you see like a kid do, or what I did as a kid, and he put his foot in the leg of his boxers and like flicked him up in the sky and caught him with his hand. And in that moment was when I happened to look around the room and all I saw was this old man flick his pants up and catch him midair, and it was just flicking around everywhere, and I was just like, oh my God.
Did you congratulate him?
Oh, genuinely
Did you
though.
clap?
I was, for the most part, I was impressed.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen a man that
had
age.
to give him a little clap.
I've never seen a man that age flick their pants up.
Or just a little nice catch, mate.
I almost wanted to be like, fair fucking play, mate. The gym is paying off.
Oh,
My granddad would have never been able to do that.
Maybe you're doing him a disservice and he wasn't that old.
You know what it was, though? It was the joy.
Yeah,
He was clearly having a good day.
Oh.
Because who does that unless they're not having a great day?
Yeah.
Little like, pull my pants down, like, catch him in the air. It was brilliant.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Big up that man.
I
Because
hope he had a great rest of his day.
I hope so.
What a legend.
He didn't give a shit.
Did you manage to hold it? Were you genuinely just like, oh?
The first thought was, Rachel will love to hear about that later.
I'm so glad you saved it.
It's been horrible. I just wanted to tell you as soon as I got back from the gym. And I feel like now I'm telling it, it's not even like the most funny story. I was just
but
genuinely,
you can see it.
genuinely impressed.
I'm like fully picturing him like naked doing that as well. That's what makes it funnier.
Stark bollock naked.
It would have been even
Flicking
better
his
if
pants.
he gave it a little a little sound effect.
Or
Like
he did it and then went, Sue!
What?
You don't know.
Oh, is that why all of the boys do that? The young boys?
It's Ronaldo, yeah.
Right, yeah. Oh, well done, that man.
Well done, that man.
You keep flicking your pants till you no longer
I
can.
hope he does, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was my funny story,
I
to be
love
honest. That was, yeah.
That's a good one. That should be our take this with you. The image of a 70-something-year-old man, naked,
Flicking his pants in the air.
Flicking his pants in the air. Take that with you.
Take that with you. You know what? Today, when you're listening to this, or if you've already showered today, then tomorrow.
Before you
get in the shower, drop your pants to the ground and flick them in the air and catch them. See how happy it makes you feel.
And tell us.
See how happy.
Maybe we'll do a poll on the Instagram.
Did you
Who
flick
did
your
the
pants today?
flick?
Yeah, I think today everyone should do that. I think it'll bring a little put a bit of pep in your step.
Hashtag pants flick.
Yeah.
Knicker flick. Knicker flick sounds better.
Flick your knickers.
Yeah.
Flickers.
Flickers. Right, guys, we will be back before you know it.
Yep.
But until then, it's more important than ever to follow all of our social media channels.
At What Was I Made For Pod.
That is the place to find out when we'll be back, what we have planned for season 3. Please do us a favour. It really, really, really will help us. Leave us a 5-star review if you haven't already. You don't even need to write anything. The 5 stars will do just fine.
They might not want to after a 2-month break.
This is true, but, rate the season just gone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Try and get somebody else to listen. Maybe there is a young person or in your life who is trying to figure out their career path. Maybe there is an older person in your life that is just at that turning point, and this will give them a bit of positivity and a bit of inspiration. So if you love us, send it to everybody you know and get them to listen. Go back as well and
listen to the guest episodes especially. I mean, our episodes are funny, obviously, but the guest episodes are so insightful and really important for anyone going into the arts to find out more about these careers and how people actually did it. It's always interesting to find out how these people got into what they do. So go back and listen to those especially.
You can also send us an email.
whatwasimadeforpod@gmail.com. Also, before we go, I just wanted to mention that Joe, who co-hosted at the Summer Showcase episode last year, is releasing an EP of songs. They come out on Valentine's Day, and because we're not going to be doing an episode around that time, I just wanted to mention, comes out on Valentine's Day. Please stream it. He's worked really hard on it, and it's really good. So, yeah, make sure you go and listen to that on the 14th of February.
We will see you again for season 3 when we will once again try and answer the question,
What was I made for?
Thank you so much, guys.
Now go and flick your knickers.
Woohoo!